Across the vast continent of North America, a profound change begins. The vibrant warmth of summer fades, and a great cold descends upon the land. This is the arrival of winter, a season of both spectacular beauty and immense challenge. It is a time that tests all life, pushing every creature to the very edge of its capabilities. In America's national parks, this annual transformation is at its most dramatic. These parks are special places, areas of outstanding natural beauty and importance that have been set aside by the nation. They are sanctuaries, protected from the pressures of the modern world, where nature can continue its ancient cycles, relatively undisturbed by human hands. Here, in these protected realms, winter does not merely visit, it conquers. It drapes the landscape in a blanket of snow and sculpts the world with ice. Rivers freeze solid, and the very air can sparkle with frost. For the animals that call these parks home, this is a time of reckoning. They face a simple yet brutal choice. They must find a way to survive the relentless cold and the scarcity of food, or they will perish. Their solutions are as varied as the landscapes they inhabit. Some will flee, embarking on long journeys to warmer lands. Others will enter a deep sleep, shutting down their bodies to wait for spring. And many will stay, enduring the harshest conditions imaginable. We will journey into 5 of these remarkable wildlands to witness this great seasonal drama unfold. From the frozen extremities of Alaska to the ancient mountains of the east, we will see how winter reshapes these iconic landscapes. We will explore the gates of the Arctic, a place of profound cold under the dancing northern lights. We will visit Yellowstone, where geothermal heat battles the encroaching ice. We will see Yosemite, a granite kingdom carved by glaciers. We will glimpse the Grand Canyon, its immense depths dusted with snow, and finally, the Great Smoky Mountains, where the last colors of autumn give way to the quiet of winter. In each of these parks, we will meet the animals that are the true heart of the wilderness. We will follow their struggles and marvel at their ingenuity. Their stories are tales of resilience, adaptation, and survival against incredible odds. From the mighty polar bear waiting for the sea to freeze to the tiny vole scurrying beneath the snow, each creature has its own strategy for weathering the storm. Understanding their lives during this critical season gives us a deeper appreciation for the intricate web of life that these national parks protect. It is a journey into a world that is both breathtakingly beautiful and unforgivingly harsh. Our journey begins in the far north, in a land of extremes. Gates of the Arctic National Park in Alaska is one of the coldest places in the United States. For many months of the year, it is a world locked in ice and snow. By November, the towering peaks of the Brooks Range are completely white, their jagged summits piercing a cold, clear sky. Here winter is not just a season, it is a dominant force that defines all existence. The sun hangs low on the horizon, casting long blue shadows across the immense, silent landscape. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind or the distant crack of shifting ice on a frozen river. This is a place of stark and haunting beauty. During the long winter nights, the sky often comes alive with one of nature's most spectacular displays, the aurora borealis, or the northern lights. These shimmering curtains of green, purple, and red light dance across the heavens. Science tells us they are created by charged particles from the sun interacting with our planet's atmosphere near the poles. For any creature looking up, it is a celestial performance in a theater of absolute wilderness. But this beauty masks the severity of the conditions on the ground, where survival is a constant moment-to-moment struggle against the biting cold. The very geography of this park is shaped by cold. The rivers, which are vital arteries for life in the summer, become solid highways of ice. This year, the freeze-up was late, a worrying sign of a warming climate that has far-reaching consequences for the region's inhabitants. Along the northern coast of Alaska, just beyond the park's boundaries, the delayed formation of sea ice presents a critical problem for the Arctic's most iconic predator. The survival of many animals here is directly linked to the timing and extent of the winter freeze, a delicate balance that is becoming increasingly precarious in our changing world. Life in the gates of the Arctic must be exceptionally resilient. The plants and animals that remain here are masters of endurance, equipped with remarkable adaptations forged over millennia of evolution. They are built for this environment, able to withstand temperatures that would be lethal for most other species. From the thickness of their fur to the way they find food, every aspect of their being is fine-tuned for survival in the deep freeze. Their story is a testament to the power of life to persist in even the most inhospitable corners of our planet, a powerful lesson in fortitude and adaptation. Among the great survivors of the Arctic winter, the polar bear is a true icon. Along Alaska's northern coast, these magnificent predators are trapped ashore, patiently waiting for the sea ice to form. The ice is their hunting ground. It is from this floating platform that they can catch the seals that are their primary source of food. But as the oceans warm, the wait for the ice to return grows longer each year. This enforced fasting puts immense strain on the bears, especially mothers with cubs. A polar bear mother's milk is extraordinarily rich, nearly 1/3 fat, to help her young grow quickly in this harsh environment. She may nurse her cubs for up to 2 years. Another giant of the north, the muskox, is a living relic of the Ice Age. These animals are perfectly suited for extreme cold. They possess the longest fur of any American mammal, a shaggy outer coat that hangs nearly to the ground. Beneath this lies a dense undercoat of fine wool called kiviut, which is 8 times warmer than sheep's wool. This incredible insulation allows them to endure the fiercest blizzards. Once completely exterminated in Alaska, muskoxen were reintroduced from Greenland decades ago. Their population has since recovered, and small herds now roam the tundra, a testament to successful conservation efforts. The largest member of the deer family, the moose, also endures the Arctic winter. A bull moose is an impressive sight, standing up to 7 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing over 1,000 pounds. His massive antlers, which can span 6 feet across, are shed after the autumn mating season to conserve energy for the hard months ahead. During the late September rut, these powerful animals engage in fierce contests. A dominant bull may have to defend his right to mate against several challengers, with the winners of these battles performing almost all of the breeding. This ensures that only the strongest genes are passed on to the next generation. For all these animals, winter is a relentless test. A young polar bear, over 2.5 years old, may still try to nurse from his mother, but she must push him away. It is time for him to become independent and fend for himself. This seemingly harsh act is a necessary lesson in survival. In the Arctic, every individual must be strong enough to face the challenges alone. For the polar bear, the muskox, and the moose, life is a continuous cycle of struggle and endurance, a powerful drama played out on a stage of ice and snow. South of the Arctic, in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, lies Yellowstone National Park. Here, winter creates a world of surreal contrasts. Deep snow buries the landscape, yet the ground itself is alive with heat. This is because Yellowstone sits atop a massive, slumbering volcano. Its fiery heart still smolders deep beneath the Earth's crust, creating more geothermal features than anywhere else on the planet. The park is home to over 300 geysers, spectacular fountains of boiling water that erupt from the ground. The most famous of these, Old Faithful, shoots a column of superheated water 45 meters into the sky every 60 to 90 minutes. This geothermal activity creates an otherworldly scene in the depths of winter. Steam billows from hot springs and fumaroles, shrouding the frozen landscape in mist. In the extreme cold, when temperatures can plummet to minus 45 degrees Celsius, this moisture freezes in the air, creating a phenomenon known as diamond dust. Billions of delicate ice crystals float in the sunlight, making the air itself appear to glitter. This constant battle between fire and ice defines the character of Yellowstone in winter. The heat provides a crucial lifeline for the park's wildlife. melting the snow and exposing patches of ground where life can persist. The warmth from the hot springs allows grasses to grow year-round along the banks of the rivers and pools. This provides a vital source of food for one of the park's most iconic residents, the bison. These magnificent animals are the last truly wild bison in the United States, direct descendants of the vast herds that once roamed the continent. Their ancestors numbered in the tens of millions, but by 1900, relentless hunting had reduced their population to just 24 individuals who found refuge here in Yellowstone. Thanks to protection that began in 1902, their numbers have rebounded to around 5,000. Yet even for these powerful animals, winter in Yellowstone is a deadly season. The deep snow makes travel exhausting and foraging difficult. The cold saps their strength and drains their energy reserves. They use their massive heads like snowplows, swinging them back and forth to clear a path to the buried vegetation. Despite their incredible resilience, the harsh conditions take a heavy toll. It is estimated that 1 in every 10 bison in Yellowstone will not survive to see the spring. Starvation and the relentless cold will claim the old, the weak, and the unlucky, a stark reminder of nature's unforgiving laws. The struggle for survival in Yellowstone creates a complex web of relationships between predator and prey. The park's wolf packs are formidable hunters, and winter offers them an advantage. Deep snow slows down their prey, making them easier to catch. The Lamar wolf pack, one of the park's most famous, is led by a skilled alpha female. She guides her family on the hunt, their keen senses scanning the landscape for any sign of weakness. An elk calf that strays too far from the protection of its herd becomes a target. The ensuing chase is a dramatic display of speed, strategy, and desperation, a life-and-death struggle that sustains the pack through the lean months. As winter begins to wane, another great predator emerges from its long slumber. The grizzly bear, having spent months in hibernation, is ravenous. During its deep sleep, a grizzly can lose up to a third of its body weight. Now, driven by extreme hunger, it scours the landscape for any available food. Carcasses of animals that did not survive the winter, like bison or elk, provide a crucial first meal. These prizes are fiercely defended. Fights between 2 adult grizzlies are rare, as they prefer to use intimidation to avoid the risk of serious injury. But when hunger is desperate enough, violent confrontations can occur over a life-saving meal. The bison, too, must endure. Their thick coats and large bodies help them conserve heat, but the winter is a long and arduous trial. They gather near the park's geothermal areas where the warm ground provides some relief from the snow and cold. Here they can access the grasses that are their only source of sustenance. The sight of these immense creatures, their shaggy coats encrusted with frost, standing stoically in the rising steam of a geyser basin, is a powerful image of endurance. They are symbols of the American wilderness, living monuments to a time before the continent was tamed. Each of these animals, the wolf, the grizzly, and the bison, plays a vital role in the Yellowstone ecosystem. The wolves help to keep the elk herds healthy and on the move, which in turn affects the vegetation along the rivers. The grizzlies act as scavengers, cleaning the landscape of carcasses. The bison, through their grazing, shape the grasslands. Their interwoven stories of predation, hibernation, and endurance are what make Yellowstone such a dynamic and complete ecosystem. They are the great survivors, their lives a continuous drama set against a backdrop of fire and ice, a spectacle of nature at its most raw and powerful. Further west in California's Sierra Nevada mountains lies Yosemite National Park. This is a landscape of granite and grandeur, a kingdom sculpted by the immense power of ice. Millions of years ago, vast glaciers carved their way through this region, shaping the dramatic cliffs and creating the breathtaking valley that is the park's centerpiece. President Abraham Lincoln recognized the unique beauty of this place, signing a bill in 1864, to preserve it for all time. Today, the great glaciers have retreated, clinging only to the highest peaks like Mount Lyell and Mount McClure, which rise to elevations of around 13,000 feet. Winter transforms Yosemite into a place of quiet majesty. A soft blanket of snow covers the valley floor and dusts the sheer faces of iconic granite monoliths like El Capitan and Half Dome. The thunderous waterfalls that are famous in the spring and summer are hushed. Some slow to a trickle, while others freeze entirely, forming spectacular columns of ice that cling to the cliffs. The Merced River, which flows through the heart of the valley, runs dark and cold between snow-covered banks. The air is crisp and still, and the park takes on a serene and peaceful quality, a stark contrast to the bustling crowds of the summer months. The animals that inhabit this granite kingdom must adapt to the changing seasons. As autumn gives way to winter, the park's creatures prepare for the scarcity to come. Food sources dwindle, and the cold presents a constant challenge. Unlike the vast open landscapes of Yellowstone or the Arctic, Yosemite offers a world of vertical terrain with dense forests, rocky slopes, and hidden meadows. This varied environment provides different opportunities and challenges for its residents. Survival here depends on being able to navigate this complex, three-dimensional world and to find sustenance in unexpected places. For the creatures of Yosemite, the arrival of snow changes everything. It alters their patterns of movement, conceals their food, and provides cover for both hunter and hunted. The forest floor, once a rustling carpet of leaves, becomes a silent white canvas. Tracks in the snow tell the stories of the night's activities: the delicate prints of a mouse, the deliberate path of a bobcat, the wandering trail of a coyote. Winter in this sculpted kingdom is a time of quiet drama where the daily struggle for life continues beneath a veneer of peace and tranquility, a testament to the resilience of nature in a world of stone and ice. With wolves long extinct in California, the coyote has become the top dog in Yosemite, and these intelligent and adaptable canids are masters of survival. They are monogamous, and pairs often mate for life. Winter is their courting season, a time for reinforcing their bond before the female gives birth to a litter of around 6 pups after a 2-month gestation period. Coyotes are opportunistic hunters and scavengers, and their varied diet is key to their success. They will eat anything from rodents and rabbits to berries and discarded human food, but winter often brings them into conflict with other predators over precious kills. One of the most remarkable encounters ever filmed in Yosemite showed a coyote in a dramatic battle with a golden eagle. These magnificent birds of prey have a 7-foot wingspan and powerful 3-inch talons capable of killing a deer. In this instance, both predators had laid claim to the same carcass, a vital source of protein in the lean winter months. The eagle, with its aerial advantage and deadly weapons, seemed to have the upper hand. Yet through sheer persistence and audacity, the coyote managed to drive the formidable bird away, securing the meal for itself. It was an extraordinary display of tenacity. Another skilled hunter of the Yosemite forests is the bobcat. These elusive felines are rarely seen, but they are highly effective predators. A mother bobcat spends the autumn teaching her kittens the essential skills of survival. She shows them how to stalk and pounce on small prey like voles, which they must dig for under the snow. As the kittens grow more proficient, their mother becomes less attentive, pushing them toward independence. After her young have left to find their own territories, the female may mate again, ready to raise the next litter entirely on her own. This solitary life is typical for bobcats. The mountain lion, the largest cat in the park, is also a solitary creature. Males maintain large, exclusive territories, which they patrol and defend against intruders. A young male, having spent nearly 2 years with his mother learning to hunt, must eventually strike out on his own. In his final months with her, he may become more aggressive, unwilling to share a kill, a clear signal that the time for his independence is drawing near. This forces him to leave and establish his own territory, a perilous journey for a young hunter. These solitary and cunning predators, the coyote, the bobcat, and the mountain lion, embody the wild spirit of Yosemite. Winter also brings a unique beauty to the Grand Canyon in Arizona. While the canyon itself is a testament to the power of water over rock, winter adds another layer of artistry. Snowfall is not uncommon on the rims, dusting the ancient layered rock formations with a delicate layer of white. This creates a stunning contrast with the deep reds, oranges, and purples of the canyon walls. The air becomes exceptionally clear and cold, offering breathtakingly sharp views across the immense chasm. While the canyon floor remains milder, the change in season brings a quiet stillness to this natural wonder, a place where even the clever ravens seem to pause and appreciate the view. Far to the east, in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, winter arrives more gently. This park is renowned for its incredible biodiversity, especially its trees. With over 100 native species, the autumn foliage is a spectacular explosion of color. The brilliant reds of maples and sweet gums are the result of pigments that act as a chemical protectant for the aging leaves as they shut down for the winter. This fall shuffle is a critical time for the park's wildlife. For the American black bear, it is a race against time to eat as much as possible before the long sleep of hibernation. A mother black bear will feast on nuts, such as acorns and hickories, which are rich in fat. She can gain up to 5 pounds a day during this period of intense eating, building up the reserves she needs to survive the winter without food or water. Her cubs, born during the previous winter's hibernation, have now stopped nursing. This allows the mother to retain all the calories she consumes, ensuring she is in peak condition before the family finds a den for the winter. Inside the den, her heart rate will slow dramatically, and her body temperature will drop, a state of suspended animation that conserves precious energy. The Great Smoky Mountains are also home to the wild turkey. In the fall, family groups of males, often brothers, engage in elaborate displays and fierce fights to establish a pecking order. They use their beaks and sharp leg spurs, which can be up to 2 inches long, to battle for dominance. Only the top male will earn the right to breed in the spring. This park, created by piecing together a patchwork of private lands, has become a sanctuary where species like the wild turkey, black bear, and reintroduced elk can thrive. In both the Grand Canyon and the Great Smokies, winter reveals a different facet of nature's resilience. From the icy expanse of the Arctic to the forested slopes of the Smokies, we have witnessed the profound impact of winter on America's national parks. We have seen how this season of cold and scarcity pushes life to its limits, sparking incredible displays of endurance, ingenuity, and adaptation. The polar bear waiting for the ice, the bison weathering the blizzard, the coyote fighting for a meal. Each of these stories is a testament to the raw, untamable power of the natural world. These animals are not just surviving, they are living out ancient dramas that have played out for millennia, long before we were here to watch. These national parks are more than just beautiful landscapes. They are living laboratories and vital sanctuaries. They are some of the last places on Earth where ecosystems remain largely intact, where predators and prey coexist in a natural balance. They are reservoirs of biodiversity, protecting not only the famous charismatic animals, but also the thousands of smaller species of plants, insects, and fungi that form the foundation of life. The health of these parks is a barometer for the health of our planet. The late-forming sea ice in the Arctic and the retreating glaciers in Yosemite are warnings we cannot afford to ignore. The animals within these parks, the bears, wolves, moose, and eagles, have an intrinsic right to exist. But they also matter deeply to us. They connect us to a wilder, more elemental world. They inspire awe and humility. They remind us that we are part of a much larger and more complex web of life. Seeing a grizzly emerge from its den or watching a wolf pack hunt on a snowy landscape is a powerful experience that enriches the human spirit. Protecting these creatures and their habitats is not just a matter of conservation, It is a matter of preserving a vital part of our own heritage. The responsibility for safeguarding these natural treasures falls to us. They were preserved by the foresight of previous generations, and we now have a duty to ensure they remain for generations to come. By supporting our national parks, by making conscious choices to reduce our impact on the climate, and by fostering a deeper respect for the natural world, we can help ensure their survival. The great seasonal cycle of winter will continue to test the creatures of the wild. Our challenge is to make sure they have a wild place left where they can continue their remarkable struggle for life.